I have bought myself a new little crawler, or what I believe to be a crawler, but I'm starting to get my doubts from the box. But before we get into it, let's just take a look at the box, because I like boxes and how they are designed. And this one is actually fairly nicely designed. It's got some type of design, a logo, the picture of the vehicle that you purchased. But the text is a little bit strange. Top Racing Series cross-country vehicle. It could be a Dakar truck, I suppose. But then down here it says high-speed vehicle. And that's not really what a crawler is known for. And then if you start looking up here, it's like ready to run. Yeah, that's true. And then it says something here. So I don't know. And then if we start looking around the box, we look at this side. It's got the two choices of vehicles, because you can get one with a flatbed for towing vehicles or one that is a normal truck. But then we have something other interesting here. It says 4-wheel drive. Does it only have drive on the front and the middle, the front and the rear, or only the two rear? Because this one has 3 axles, or axle pairs. It's got a total of 6 wheels. I don't think that's correct, so from here on out I think we're going to ignore everything it says on the box. But we're still going to take a look at the box, so we're gonna look at the other side as well. Here you have all of the different modes on the radio. And on the other side you can see the flatbed for towing vehicles. It's got the same text as on the other side, but with a different layout. And we also have on the bottom here, we have all 3 different types, or there are 2 different types, 3 colors. So there's a yellow, there is a gray and a silver, and denoted by this little dot here. I chose the silver with the full bed. So you could get them in flatbed configuration or in a full truck. So I chose this one. And there are a lot of 6-wheeled vehicles coming out nowadays. And I basically chose this one because of what it is. This is modeled after a Unimog. And I already have a Unimog. I have the FMS older style Unimog, so I kind of wanted to have the newer style as well. And there are a few out there, but none that's really got my attention. But I've seen this one a couple of times and I think it looks nice, so I went ahead and bought it. So let's get into the box and see what we have. So this is everything you got in the box: the vehicle itself, the instructions, the charger, and a few bits and pieces like the snorkel and the badge to put on. There's even a fake Brabus badge and a Mercedes badge, so you could actually run around with a Brabus. I'm not gonna do that, but the Mercedes badge is something I want. And there's a lot of stickers here that look quite nice, so might use some of those, but we'll see. It says flatbed. Not entirely what this is, but you know, never mind. We got stickers, that's always nice. And then you have the controller. It's a fairly decent controller. It's the same type of style that most others are using, except for I'm not a big fan of the fake brake disc, but it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. You can have a full one-hand grip, which is really, really nice, because I never drive my crawlers with more than one hand. Even if I'm not filming, I want to be able to walk like a normal person, not like I'm playing an FPS. So I want controllers or radios with one-hand grip. And you have all of the normal stuff. Speed, it says here, the on button, and the trims. So nothing fancy, no dual gearbox, no nothing like that. And if we look on the underside here, we can see that it is actually 6-wheel drive, because all of the axles have drive to them, drive shafts, and this is a extending drive shaft, which is very nice. So I believe the suspension or the shocks do not have oil in them, but I might be wrong. I haven't checked the instruction book, but it doesn't feel like it. But the wheels are supposed to have a 7mm hex, and there's a normal nut here. They are just plastic. I don't believe they are bead locked. They don't look like it. They're just plastic. The wheels themselves they seem fine. They're not perfect, but it feels like there's not much in them. We can take a look. There is actually some foam in here, which is nice. So we'll take a look at how these work, and then, I mean, you normally swap the wheels out first on a vehicle, I guess. So I'm gonna put on the snorkel and the vents and the badge and so on, and we will get back to testing this out a little bit. And here it is, with all of its little plastic pieces, the parts here, the snorkel and the mirrors that do not have mirrors on them. It's just black plastic. And I have a fresh battery in this. I have already done about 2 batteries, almost 3 in this, when testing it out on the floor. I haven't tested its crawling capabilities yet, but we will get to that, because we will be tackling the unfinished foam mountain that I have, that I took my other Unimog on, that you might have seen if you've seen some other videos that I have. This one. So now I have 2 Unimogs, and while this one, the silver JJRC, is 118 and this is supposed to be 124, they are actually fairly similar in size. This one is a little bit bigger in both width and height, but they are still fairly similar. But as you can see, the wheelbase is a little bit longer on the JJRC. If you look, let's see if we can get this in view, like that maybe. You can see they are fairly similar in wheel length, but this one has 4 wheels and this one has 6 wheels. So we're not going to do much of a comparison in between them, but I have 2 Unimogs now one with the modern style, which is this JJRC, and then I have the FMS FCX24, that is the older style of Unimog. I might have said that this one didn't have anything fancy on it, but it actually has a 2-speed gearbox. So if you can see this little white thing here, that's a servo horn. So we can click, if we click this button here, you see that it moves. So that's high gear and low gear. It's also supposed to be this button A here, the A function, is supposed to change your lighting style. And I really don't know what it's supposed to be doing, because if you see here, I don't know if mine is broken or if there just isn't anything there. The manual says it's supposed to be. And if you look at it here, it says function button A, which is that one that we just clicked. And if we look down here, we're in paragraph 3, and in the middle of it here, it says the function button A click operation is used to set and switch to working mode of the vehicle light group. So it's supposed to do something according to the manual, but as we can see, mine doesn't do anything. If I click and hold, nothing happens. So I don't know if that is a feature that they left out or if it's supposed to do anything, but mine doesn't, so do with that what you will. But it has lights in the front that are always on, and it has lights in the rear that just turned off. Everything just turned off. Let's see, because it's got the on and off button down here. Let's see if it just turned off. I might have accidentally pushed it, but I don't know. Now it's on, and it's got rear light, it's got reverse lights, and it has brake lights. So if you go forward first and then press reverse, they light up a little bit, and then if you let go of the trigger and then press back, it lights up the reverse lights. It unfortunately also has indicators, and they come on fairly fast. You see, I can just push it a little bit and they go on. So you will always have indicators on both front and rear. They are pretty nice indicators. I don't personally like when they go on when you just turn the wheel a little bit, but each to their own. They are there, which is cool. You normally don't get a lot of lights, but this one has a lot of lights for what it is. So that's very nice. So how much can we load up the trailer with? Well, quite a bit. If you compare it to the FMS trailer or the bed, you can see that the bed is quite a lot smaller, like that. Can we load up the FCX24 in it? No, it's not wide enough for it to properly be seated. It's just a little bit too wide, the FMS one. However, you would probably load a car, so let's see if we can put a car in here. And we can. So doing this works absolutely fine. And you can see it takes up most of the space, but there's still a little bit of space back here. And this JJRC, it comes in 2 different modes. First, this one with the full bed, like a whole truck bed where you can haul things, but there's also a flat bed for towing vehicles. But as you can see, for all vehicles, you don't need it. You can just tow like this. It also has a foldable rear hatch, so you could potentially build some ramps and put a winch up here, because the tow configuration of this 6x6 comes with a winch. I think all of them do. I'm not entirely sure, but the ones I was looking at, it came with a winch, a working winch that you can plug in. And it doesn't come with any ramps, so I chose this one mainly because my other Unimog also has a full truck bed like this with hatches as well. So that's why I chose to have the full one, and I really like real trucks. And the biggest reason why I bought this, I mean, it's got 6 wheels, it's got 3 axles. Why wouldn't you want one? So is there any downsides to this? Yes, there is. First of all, the diffs are locked on this one, which means that with 3 axles, 6 wheels and locked diffs, this has the turning circle of a, pretty much a real truck. I have no room in my house where I can turn this around, where I have enough floor space to just turn this around by only doing this and then having it go, because it's the turning circle is very, very large. There is also an issue where I've seen that the stock tires, if you turn them like this, and you can see there's very, very little space here, and when it starts leaning, they snag here. So if you put some load on it, it's going to hit. So that's a few things that I've noticed. It's also very, very noisy. Let's see if I can hold this one without dealing damage to myself. Let's see if we can hear it. So it's quite noisy compared to others in the same scale. But it's got fairly decent slow speed. It's faster in reverse than it is in forward. But it's not the worst. It's not the best either, so. But it is a very, very cheap truck, and this for storage is something I really like. It fits very nicely in here, and you can just put it away with the radio in the bed. But for what it is, it's a very nice hard body. It's nicely molded, little details, the doors, the mirrors, the AC unit, like all of it is very, very nice. So with what you pay for it, it is a very good truck. But aside from the turning circle, let's see how it does on the foam mountain. The only thing I have that managed to get up is the other Unimog from FMS. So I guess it's a battle of the Unimogs. Can the silver JJRC get up the foam mountain, or will the green FMS Unimog still be the king of Unimogs? So let's get to the foam mountain and see what it can do. So this is attempt number 1 to get up on the foam mountain. Let's see if this Unimog can actually reach the top. It's got fairly high front, so once you get the tires up on something, it seems to be gripping nicely. The tires are not perfect, but they're not bad either, so they are fine. But as long as they can grip onto something, we should be good. It's slipping a little bit. It helps that it has so many axles, it keeps the weight low, even if it's a hard plastic body. But we're almost at the top here. Let's see if we can straighten out and if we can get it to sit straight on top of the mountain. I'm gonna call this a win, even if we fail here, because it is at the top. And we have straightened out. So yeah, this is a win. So we have 2 Unimogs that can reach the top of this foam mountain. Let's see if we can get down without falling off. It's fairly steep, but the weight is down low on this one. Let's see if we can get the nose up, and we can, and we are down. Let's see if we can reach the mountain top a little bit faster this time. Get the tires to grip on something. There we go. And let's see if we can take a slightly different line up here. We can go a little bit faster to the top. And we are almost there, and we are at the top. And straighten out, and we call this a win as well. Let's see if we can get down a different way, on top of the box maybe. See if we can straighten out on the box. Oh, we fell off with all 3 tires on that side. That's not good, but let's see if we can get back up on the mountain. Stuck. Oh, got some grip there. Let's see if we can get it to grip more and not fall off on the side. And I think we are stuck here. Yeah. Yep. But this is fine. However, not all of the attempts were successful, so I'll leave you with this fail compilation here. Enjoy. And if you come this far in the video, I want to thank you for listening to me ramble while I enjoy my new toys. So the plan with this truck going forward, I mean, who knows? The winter is long and cold, so I might have a few ideas what to do, but you never know what happens and what shows up in the mailbox and so on. So I guess we'll know during the winter, maybe, probably, hopefully. So I guess I'll see you then. Thank you very much, and until next time, bye bye.